Well, hello everyone. Happy New Year. Happy 2022. Don Garman here from Mirador Capital Partners, here to kick off the new year. You might notice right off the bat, I'm not at the office. I'm in fact home. And you might be asking, why is that? And of course, I would tell you that we've had our little crossover with the Omicron here, as a lot of other families in our community have. Nearly every teen we know, and multiple people in each family are currently experiencing it. It might be next, who knows? We're just trying to do all the right things and stay as safe as possible. But we're here and we're quarantined. And so because I'm here in quarantine, I thought I would bring back my retro 2020 look of not shaving out of protest for being cooped up again. And I think I wore this exact same outfit in our first video, or at least one of our first videos that we started doing in 2020. So you get that back out of protest until we can leave, and hopefully, which will be sooner than later, and we'll get back to whatever our new normal is. It's certainly not the way we expected 22 to start, but here we are. So I wanted to share a few thoughts on the markets as we get off to a quick start in the year here. This was one of the few years that I can recall where there was no market holiday around the New Year's, right? We had a full market day on Friday and a full market day on Monday. And, we are clearly in what is going to be, I completely believe, a very volatile period. And I say that because, things that were once true are not as true now, which is a lot of things that are known about the virus and the variants. While the worst case was avoided, prices have risen a lot. A lot of the themes that we've been using and leaning on are getting a little tired and a little stretched. And I think this just creates a lot of tension underneath that's been building. You may or may not be aware, 2021 was a savage year for a certain subset of companies. The sort of really the ones that were most favored in 2020 got most eviscerated in 2021. Now, most of our strategies sidestepped a little bit of both, actually, in 2020 and 2021, as is our style. But not all of our strategies completely avoided it. We do traffic in some of the names that were sort of cast aside. And as of today, that trend continues. That continues to unfold. We do have those type of companies, I would say, on a short leash this year. And we'll, if that turns into another trend for this year, it would be our intent to reduce that, at least in the one strategy where we have some exposure. So in our core strategy, the long view strategy, we do quite the opposite, right? We sort of tend to, avoid the fads or the kind of hot segments or subsectors of the market in favor of a more comfortable feel. I often refer to that as the luxury sedan. And so I think my monthly strained metaphor here is, you can, if you think about a Bolt can be used on any different type of car model, right? And so, but, the construction of the chassis and the safety features and the technology within really sums to create the feel of the car. That is always what I look for in our strategies is the car performing as it should? Because you don't necessarily want your sports car to be modified into a sedan and back into a sports car constantly. That's not going to be effective in terms of how a car would operate. What you really want to do is, spend most of your time in a luxury sedan, or have most of your assets in a luxury sedan most of the time, where you're going to not feel every bump in the road, and then have less of exposure to strategies that are going to be closer to the road and they're going to feel more bumps. And so that's really how we try to play, and how we've done it for a long time now. So that is, and it's by and large, it's worked great. We, in truth, had a terrific year nearly across the board in our strategies. And so we're grateful, but we go into this year really feeling extremely heightened caution about the outlook, and are, wanting to make sure that we don't get out into a world where there is a lot of risk and that we're not prepared for it. So we won't do that. Now I'm going to end this little quip because I don't have a ton to share, because not a ton has changed, because we're still in this what does Omicron really mean? Clearly, we are in the entire nation is simultaneously battling this extremely transmissible, but not overly deadly, at least to this point, variant. 90% of the people in the hospital are unvaccinated. So, but I don't know that many people that are. So I think, it lessens my immediate concern for the death of my loved ones. However, I do, we are inside, not for necessarily for us, but for other people, because we don't want to get somebody else sick that perhaps isn't vaccinated or is at a heightened risk. So anyway, the question I got asked, and I'm going to end on this, was, Don, I know you've grown a lot. The Mirador's grown a lot, and the team's grown. And are you guys still accepting referrals? I think you maybe aren't. And I was like, well, we definitely are. And so I just wanted to end on this point, because the people who watch these are the core of our practice, the core of our life. And the answer is, we have scaled up. We do have new people, and we do have capacity always for your friends and loved ones that appreciate the sort of family business style that we run Mirador with. Don't kid yourself. We are expert level wealth management people. We are really well acquainted with every nook and cranny of the friction of wealth and the things that are attendant to the type of really good problems that we all have. However, we do like to keep it very personal. This is a family business. Everyone in our family has an active and key role in it, and has for my entire career, going back to my dad, who started it before me. And but now we are at a point where we are a lot larger, but we always want to be, as I always say, the easiest place anybody does business. We have a quick practice of saying yes and figuring it out. And so, and most of the things we've seen, dozens and dozens of times over the years, and are well equipped as changes, sometimes very emotional changes, happen within our clients' lives. Those are the type of times that our team rises to the occasion to be of most help. So please, by all means, if you continue to have friends and loved ones who you think would be a good fit for our practice, we would be humbled if you would recommend them to us. And in advance of that, the reviews that I had in person over the next couple of weeks, pardon me as we try to reschedule those or move them to Zoom, like we unfortunately need to do for the time being. I hope I'm not the next to go, but I certainly could be. And I hope no one else in my family gets it, although we maybe, inevitably will. However it ends, just know that the team is ready and willing to handle whatever comes up, and we will make our adaptations along the way. So I'll leave it there. I was going to do some charts and some fancy stuff, but we'll keep it simple today. And Daniel will get this out this afternoon. Happy New Year. Our humble appreciation to you all. Thank you. And we hope to see you all in person very soon. All right. Bye-bye.